Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lee Cairo, and I'm here representing John Paul Mitchell Systems and Vanguard Salon Systems. I'd like to introduce you my model, Sydney. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Color XG, our newest family of mediums to use on our color bar. The Color XG is a European color line, or European inspired color line that's going to deliver unsurpassed results with vibrant tones. What we're going to be doing today with Sydney is we're going to be doing the Elena color, and my friend Mary Como did this color and it was absolutely beautiful. It's going to be our 6 red orange stroke, or 6 stroke 4-3 color with some levels 8 coppers and 10 naturals in the fringe area. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I've already pre-loaded my bows with the Color XG and the intensifiers. I want to pay close attention to how I mix that. You have to mix the intensifiers with the Color XG before you go ahead and mix the developers. We're choosing to use our 20 volume developer with our hues of choice, and it's going to process for about 35 minutes once I get it on Sydney's hair. So let's go ahead and section off her fabric. We're going to go ahead and section off the fringe area. I'm going to go ahead and just taking her natural top out from the recession to the high point of the head, and we're going to just get that out of my way. Once we get this out of our way, we'll subdivide the back from the front. And that's just going to really give me good focus on the areas of the head that I'm going to be applying the color. So the Elena was a starting level of 7, so I decided to go ahead and keep Sydney's family of color that we're using in her fabric right now. It has a wide range of 7s, 8s to 10s, so I thought that it would be would work perfect for the Elena color. Let me section off the back using our Paul Mitchell Pro clips, just so I can be a little neater. And then in the back, we're going to section off the back panel, subdivide the back panel. Split right down the middle. And you can see that we already had Sydney draped up with our Paul Mitchell color apron and our Paul Mitchell color safe towels. I like to set myself up to win by caping up my gas, make sure that it's going to be nice and clean, giving the best experience possible using the Color XG. So now that we have that sectioned off, I'm going to go ahead and mix the first formula. This is actually formula number 2, which is 6RO, or 6 stroke 4-3. 2 ounces with about 3 inches of the orange intensifier, and I'm going to go ahead and mix 3 ounces of the 20 volume cream developer. We recommend cream developer for the Color XG and the Shines XG, our demi-permanent opaque color line. Move this out of my way. And so we're going to go ahead and mix the intensifier orange with our 6RO. Make sure that's mixed quite well. If you don't do that, it's going to be very hard to mix the intensifier with the developer if you just pour the developer in the bowl and then try to mix. So make sure that it's all mixed up properly. And then we're gonna pour the developer in. Do-do-do-do. Might start making some weird noises, that's okay. What I really love about the Color XG is the consistency of this product. It's absolutely creamy, and I owe that to the Pure XG protection system with our cottonseed oil and rice milk. It has a great consistency of creaminess, and that's going to allow me to really get through the fabric a lot easier and faster, and that's what we're all looking for, right? A little faster application. So I like to push the color down into the bowl and pull from the middle of the color, or the bowl I should say. So once I do that, I'll clean that top off a little bit, make it a little more presentable. Welcome to the Color Bar, where I truly enjoy to get creative. It allows for our clients to, our guests to be interactive. They get to see us mixing, and they get to experience that part of it, which I enjoy, and I know my guests enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of outline to define from scalp to ends. Just a nice outline to define. Really allows for me to make sure that I'm getting the whole perimeter first. Staying nice and neat and consistent. Sydney has short hair to begin with, so I want to really make sure that I'm not going to get that on her scalp or on her neckline, or hairline. And if I do, I have wipeout, so I'll be safe, but just in case, there's always a backup plan. So we're going to go from scalp to ends, taking diagonal sections, going all the way up, taking about 1/4 of an inch. And as you can see, I haven't even dipped into the bowl yet. As the product moves through the brush, I flip it, and the product just spreads super easy. I'm not really worried about saturation right now. I'm getting it on heavy. At the end of this application, I'm going to go ahead and comb everything through, which is going to ensure saturation at that point. So you can see with the cottonseed oil, the Pure XG system, protection system, how easy the product just gets onto the fabric. Let me move that a little bit closer to me. So once again, this is 6RO, or 6-stroke 4-3, with about 3 inches of orange intensifier and 20 volume cream developer. What I'm looking for at the underneath is a beautiful, vibrant red orange, and that orange intensifier ensures that I'm going to get that vibrant tone that I know that Sydney loves to have. So talking about the Color XG, we're talking about 79 beautiful shades, 1 clear booster, which gives you 80 tubes, and then you have 6 intensifiers. The 6 intensifiers come in an orange, a red, a gold, a violet, a green, and if that's 6, that's 6. A blue, there you go. Giving us 86 tubes of color. And they're all intermixable. What I love about the clear booster is if you mix 50% of clear with 50% of the color of choice, you're going to bump that color up. So for instance, if I did 6RO, half 6RO, half clear, that would give me a 7RO or 7-stroke 4-3. And that gives me numerous opportunities to make different tones. Let me go ahead and outline to define this. So we'll start back again. Once again, I'm taking diagonal sections, getting the product on the fabric. Getting it on there. Around 1/4 of an inch section, pushing my product down in the middle of the bowl, making sure my applicator brush stays as clean as possible, ensuring my guests has the best experience. In our salon, we pride ourselves on giving one of the best experiences, and I think these little extra touches really allow for our guests to feel comfortable and relaxed in our environment. I know for me as an artist, I have to really have a calm environment to create beautiful color stories on my guest fabric. And I also know that my guests spend a lot of time in this world, very busy, and when they come here, we like to relax them and give them a very nice experience. And I think it's just a special touch with the Color XG, making sure that that experience continues to happen at the color bar. So you can see how easy it goes on. So we use our cream developers levels 10, 20, 30, 40. And the way we formulate, if it's a level 10, then I'll just typically add 15 minutes or 15 to each level of volume of developer. So for instance, a level 10 will be processing for 25 minutes. A level 30 would be processing for, a level 20 would be processing for 35 minutes. A level 30 would be processing for 45 minutes. A level 40 would be processing for 45 to up to 55 minutes. Our high lift series, the same thing. Our ultra tonus, 10 volume. The Color XG ultra toner, 10 volume for 10 to 15 minutes. So we're moving on into the side panels. Still same formula, Formula 2, which revisiting that, if you just tuned in, is level 6 RO, our stroke, level 6 stroke 4-3 with our orange intensifier and 20 volume cream developer. So this also, not that Sydney is one of my mature guests, but this also has superior gray coverage, gives vibrant tones, great for gray blending, great for toning hair, great for the fashion colors. You can just use the intensifiers along with the developer of your choice, 10 or 20, and you will get the beautiful fashion tones that are going to be permanent and last. They will not fade down. You'll get longevity out of it, and that's what our guests are looking for these days, these vibrant fashion colors, and for it to last. And Paul Mitchell has delivered that once again with the ability of the Color XG. gonna be nice and vibrant in these nice light areas. We've been talking about this color for quite some time now with Sydney, and Sydney's one of our future professionals that just graduated the Baton Rouge location school, and she's our rising star. She just went to take state board, her practical. She passed her written, and she's now gone. She took her practical on Monday, and we're waiting to get those results. So, just a little backstory on Miss Sydney. She was gracious enough to be our model for this Elena color. So moving on into the last panel, side panel, just going to go ahead and start taking diagonal back sections. I like to really saturate that base and get that color, the color XG on the mids to the ends. I know I'm coming back in with the comb, and I'm going to comb all that color through, really ensuring even saturation. I'm super excited because we are actually having our Color XG launch in 2 weeks with the amazing Colin Caruso in New Orleans and in Baton Rouge. So we had our meeting yesterday, and we went over the whole launch. The models are amazing to volunteer for that, and we're going to do each one of the intensifiers is going to be on the model's head. So we're going to really be able to showcase the power of one of the intensifiers that the Color XG delivers or offers us. Let's face it, all of our guests have been waiting for these colors for quite some time now, the longevity of these colors for quite some time now. We have always been able to get beautiful fashion tones with our Inkworks, which is a vegetable dye, gives great conditioning, lasts 3 weeks. So now we have the ability with a permanent color, the Color XG, to deliver those great fashion tones with longevity. Go ahead and look down, sweetheart. Thank you. So already I got that 6R row on, and I'm gonna go ahead and just start combing everything through, still respecting her hairline and her skin. I'm gonna just kind of bring it from side to side, making sure that I'm saturating the canvas quite well. If you have some challenges getting through the hair, use the wide tooth comb first to start to move that product around, and then you can switch over to the smaller tooth side and really saturate that hair. Let's see. You doing okay, sweetheart? Good. How's that feeling on your head? So our Color XG has a ammonia rate of an average of a 1.75 across the board average. I like to think of it as our lighter tones are going to be a higher ammonia rate, and our lower tones are going to be a lower ammonia rate. And I think that's important to let our guests know that. I mean, we've been using The Color by Paul Mitchell for quite some time now, and they're used to that amazing beeswax base and that low ammonia in every tube of color. So they possibly are going to feel a little bit difference with the processing application. It's just going to be the energy that they're feeling. It's just a little stronger ammonia to really deliver those beautiful vibrant tones that we've been looking for. So, combing back away from her face, making sure that I'm getting all that color through, and then I'm going to use the small tooth side. Anything I see, like that little color on her ear, I got my friend Mr. Wipeout, we're going to get that in a second. And you can see, after you comb it through, the amount of color you have left. So once you really start to play with this color and really get your hands deep into it, you'll start to be able to judge a little bit better on how much product to use. You really just don't want to, with the 1 to 1.5 ratio of mixing, you don't really want to waste the color. So you're really getting more color per tube at a low cost. All right, that's pretty, really pretty actually. It's that cottonseed oil that you're seeing right now, that glossy shine, and that rice milk. If you think of rice milk, or the hull of the rice, it's the outer part of the shell, which is nice and strong. So basically we're protecting her fabric with rice milk, which is strengthening up her hair, making it nice and healthy. And a healthy hair means a healthy client, means a happy, happy client. All right, let's go ahead and get another towel. Paul Mitchell really delivers every time, and with these color safe towels I'm able to really clean my mess up and not have to keep on buying towels, which means we can spend money with Paul Mitchell instead of on other things than towels. All right, so now that I have that done, we're gonna go ahead and clean her up. Not me, her. Using our white ball, which is a color remover, it's a liquid stain remover. A little bit, just a little cleanup on aisle 2. Don't want to rub those molds, those little beauty marks off of her. There we go. Now that's a nice clean application. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to section off the best I can. The sides. And sides. So, moving into the top of Sydney's head, I'll release that Pro Clip. Paul Mitchell makes these great Pro Clips. I like them because I can section with them, I can move hair away, I can clip hair away. So what we're going to do is we're going to start taking some triangular shape sections and by sectioning off these, or pre-sectioning off these panels, I'm able to move a lot easier in through the hair. So basically, I'll know formula 3, 4, 2, where I need to put it at, and it'll help me stay clean and focus on that one panel instead of having hair all over the place. And Pro Clips are perfect for this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, and 5. Great, cool. All right. So now we're going to move along. Let me clean up my mess. We're going to move along to that top panel. All right, so like earlier with the underneath color, I went ahead and I pre-mixed the bowls. So we're going to grab everything now. we're gonna mix. So, let's see, excuse me a little bit here. So, Formula 2 is already mixed for us. That's the 6RO, a 6-stroke 4-3. Now we're gonna mix Formula 3. Which is 8-stroke 3-4 or 8C copper, level 8 copper. I have 1 ounce in the bowl with 1 inch of gold intensifier. And then I'm gonna do, because it's 1 to 1.5, this made it quite easy for me, 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces of 20 volume cream developer. Now, for Formula 4, oh Lord. Okay, so now you're going to see some challenges that I said earlier don't do, and I just did it, but I'm going to mix it, and you're going to see how difficult it is to mix. So we're going to just keep on mixing it until it's all mixed up. But hey, perfect testimony of why not to do this. Alright, it just takes a little bit longer to do it. It's easier to mix. If you were using a brush, it would be very difficult to mix. If you're using a whisk, obviously it's a little bit easier. I've mixed it with a brush before. I forgot to mix it and try to mix with a brush, and it took quite some time. So, let's go ahead and do this the right way. Formula 4. Which is our 10N and our 1 inch of orange. We're going to mix that properly first. And then I'm going to pour in. So this is 0.6 ounces of 10N, 1 inch of orange. And I'm going to use 0.9, almost an ounce of 20 volume cream developer. Where's my ounce? There we are. So, almost an ounce, which is 0.9. Pour that directly into our Paul Mitchell bowls. Using our Paul Mitchell whisk, we're going to mix that up. Super easy. Thank you, Mr. Cottonseed Oil. Pure XG system, protection system. Allows for great creamy consistency. So, sign of the pro. Push down the color as you go. All right. So, Formula 2, which is our 6RO. Formula 3, which is our 8 copper. And our Formula 4, which is our 10N. Our 10-stroke 0. All right, now releasing the first panel. Which is going to be Formula 3, our 8 copper. All right. So I'm going to do a little fold. I'm going to grab this, just a little bit of this. Now, here's going to be my 8 copper. Just going to go absolutely beautiful over this level right here. Formula 3, 8-stroke 3-4 with 1 inch of gold. And we're just going to continue to take about a 1/4 inch of a section until we get to the end of this one little panel. So holding the foil like a palette, keeping it nice and horizontal to the floor, I can really manipulate that color XG and move it around that hair. See how I'm doing that? Making sure I'm saturating that fabric. Taking that last part and getting that saturated. Little crisscross applesauce. And this one's done. So take a piece of foil and adhere it to that last panel, and we're going to go to our next panel, which is going to be our section 2, formula 4, which is 10N or 10 stroke 0. Grabbing some of this, push the other out my way, and we'll grab our formula 4 10N with 1 inch of orange intensifier and 20 volume cream developer. Okay. So I knew that I was only going to be doing a couple of panels in her fringe, so I used a little bit less product. Didn't really want to waste it. But that's going to be your artistic vision. You'll know your guests. You'll know the density of their hair. As long as you can take about 1/4 of an inch of a section and get that product through the hair, saturation is definitely going to be the key. Don't want to forget that little hair right there. And I'm using the Paul Mitchell applicator brush, which allows for me to get in nice tight corners, as you just saw. So we're going to move on to formula 2. But first we're going to take our little Mr. Foil right there and protect her level 10. Formula 2, you might remember, is anybody knows? Formula 2 is going to be our 6RO, our underneath color. So 6RO to revisit that, 6RO stroke R6 stroke 43. I like saying the stroke systems because I feel like I'm a little bilingual when it comes to speaking in color. And then for my guests, it's a little more difficult for them to hear what I'm using. Not that I really I'm concerned with that. I just rather them not go to the store and grab a level 6 RO and put that in their head. So saying 6 stroke 43 makes it a little more difficult for them to replicate your work. So that means that they have to come back to you, and that means that they rebook, and that means that you keep on seeing them and your revenue goes up. Now, after I finish all this, it'll process for 35 minutes, and then we'll give her a nice shampoo using our Color Protect Post Color Protect shampoo and our Color Protect conditioner. She's going to go home with our Ultimate Color Repair. Our Ultimate Color Repair is our sulfate-free color shampoo and safe color shampoo and conditioner with the power of quinoa. It's going to deliver great protein to our hair. All right, still staying in that third panel. Pulling all of that hair to live on her strong side. And we'll do some crisscrossing, move that fabric around and saturate that hair even better. Alright, this is where you would be combing, but it's a little more difficult for the comb over the foil, so I like to crisscross the brush and move that fabric around, ensuring even saturation with our Color XG. So we're going to go back into our Formula 3, which is our 8 copper series, our 8-stroke 3-4 with 1 inch of gold intensifier. And this will be the last panel. Right here, not here. So let's go ahead and pull some hair out. I'll clip this away so I don't grab some of that. And that's the importance of using the clips. You can clip things away and you can lay hair over it and you won't lose your spot, which as artists we tend to do that quite often if you don't pay attention. So, Formula 3, 8 copper. I'm going to go straight to the base first. Get it on. Maybe load me a little more on that brush. And you can see how you can just move that in really easily. If you can't use a comb, try to spread that really nice first. Taking smaller sections are going to ensure saturation. And that is the key to a beautiful color application. So we'll go slide down, tap, 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 and push through. So I know it's on there. I feel comfortable with that. Alright, we'll grab a foil, isolate that section. I'm loving this new color foil that I just got in. It's the color of the season. Alright, and the last section is going to be our Formula 4. And this is our 5th section. And if anyone can remember, our Formula 4 is going to be our 10-stroke 0. With 1 inch of orange intensifier, or 10 in with 1 inch of orange intensifier. Either way, it's still 10 stroke 0 or stroke 10 in. And our last little piece of hair. Tap that base run that applicator brush through the fabric, push that product through. A little crisscrossing over here. Crisscrossing make you wanna what? Okay. So, I'm gonna grab one more piece of foil to protect that top layer. Get that on there. Now, I'm not gonna just leave it like this because that's just not cool to me. So we'll go ahead and make this somewhat pretty and try to get this out of Sydney's face so she can move around freely, watch some educational DVDs, get a little coffee, sweep some hair. I'm just joking. She's a client right now. Okay, so after that's all done, we will process for 35 minutes because we used our 20 volume cream developer. And then I would like you to show the bows, see the cleanliness of the bows. They're still off the rim, so that really ensured a clean application on my guests. Now that I'm finished the application, she's processing for 35 minutes. I'm gonna go and just double check everything, make sure that she's clean. There's no color I need to wipe off with our wipe out. And in recapping, this was all about the Color XG, our